We're going to show you how to string jingles in a really quick way. What you're going to need are some paper clips or a long durable needle. You could use a yarn needle if that'll work, or even some fishing line, some needle nose pliers, your jingles, and your bias tape. You can use the 1/4 inch double fold, the single fold 1/2 inch, or the 1/2 inch double fold. Any of those will work. If you have the double fold 1/2 inch, you can actually cut it in half to make it easier to string. You just put your scissors right in the middle of the fold, the center fold like this, and you slice it open. You can also fold it in half again at that point and iron it down, or you can stitch it with a zigzag stitch to make it 1/4 inch, or you can leave it the 1/2 inch. You could actually even leave the half inch double fold and it'll still work. So after you've gotten your bias tape to the width that you want it, you just take your pliers and you bend your paper clip. You'll unbend it all the way, and then you'll have a little narrow end here where you'll insert your bias tape. It doesn't have to be too tight, but you want it to hold the bias tape in there. Then you're going to have your string of bias tape, and you're actually going to, you can leave it really long. You can leave it, 3 or 4 feet long, and tie a knot at the end. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to start stringing your jingles on. You just put this through and you pull. If it gets stuck, if you've got the small baby jingles, or maybe your jingles are just a little bit tighter at the opening for some reason, you can actually wiggle this through with the pliers. You just kind of go like this, and when it gets stuck you can twist it a little bit and jiggle it so it'll go through. And then you just string on a few of them. Don't string them too tight together. Put them about maybe 3-4 inches apart. So then you can sit there and string on a bunch of them. Then, once you've gotten to that point, you could even have somebody else help you and sit at the other end, and they'll crimp them with the pliers. So you're going to crimp over the knot. You pull until you can't pull it out anymore, and then you're going to crimp, and then you're going to cut. You're going to figure out what length you want. You can really have any length you want. I like to have mine about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long, but that's going to depend on how far you want them to hang down. You don't want to cut this too short, but the important thing is you make sure that they're all the same, because if they're different, you're going to end up having to cut them again when you go to sew them on your dress. So clip them all like this, and then you'll work on your next one. Now that's why you're leaving yourself some space in between as you go. You're going to tie a knot with the next one, slide it down, and crimp it with the pliers. The other thing that's kind of important to keep in mind is that you probably want your seam in the back. So you're going to try to hold the bias tape flat and do the crimping in the front so that they're all the same from the front to the back. So then you can take your first one and use that as your measurer, or you can just measure it out and see exactly how long it is. But then you just can go along that way. So if you have maybe a small child or somebody who can help you, or even someone who wants the dress, they could sit at one end and string the jingles on. You can sit and crimp and cut on the other end, and it goes a lot faster that way. Okay, so then I'm going to show you how to do it if you have the wider bias tape. That's the 1/2 inch double fold. If you leave it that full size, you're still going to do the same thing and tie a knot at the end. And then you're going to do the same thing with the paper clip. You'll use more of it if you leave it this width. It will be a little more durable, but it'll be a little harder to string it on. So you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to pull your paper clip through like this, and then you'll just turn it and pull it through with your pliers. Do the same thing then. You'll lay it flat and you'll crimp it, and then you'll cut it. So the difference is that the 1/2 inch will look about like this, and the 1/4 inch will be about like this. They're just a little bit different width. It really doesn't make much of a difference, other than the fact that it's personal preference how you want it to look in the end. And thank you so much for watching our video today. Remember to go to our website, powwowcentral.com, to find all the supplies that we used in this video today.